have to have control of our bat. All right? Why is that important? What are we trying to do? We're actually hitting a moving object, and we're hitting a round object with a round object. So the contact area on this ball is smaller than a dime. All right? The actual part of the ball that hits part of the bat is smaller than a dime. All right? In this game of softball, we are trying to, this is a great game because we actually do have control of where we hit the ball, don't we? In baseball, I just want to hit it. All right, the ball's moving a little faster, it's dropping, it's sliding away from you. All right, they're changing speeds on you. Softball, they're laying it up there. All right, putting a nice arc on it and say, here it is, hit it. All right, that's what's so great about this game of softball. Baseball, 300 hitters, a great hitter. Softball, you know, you want to get 600, 700, maybe even have an 800 average weekend. All right, then we're really talking. So what's cool about this game is the hitter's game. All right, but as a hitter, you've got to be able to control where this thing goes. Are you with me on that? So we're not going to give you the whole spiel. Of course, you're going to get up here and you're going to pick a couple spots. You're going to find a hole. The biggest hole on the field usually with a 4-man infield is where?
Middle.
The middle. You just got to get it past the screen, past the pitcher. All right, so the middle, you've got to learn how to hit the ball through the middle. Number one. All right. Most of us want to pull the ball. We all get pull happy. You know, that's our favorite place to go is pull the ball. Now, sometimes, does anybody see a 5-man infield at our ages?
Yeah.
Okay, so now they bring a 5th infielder into the infield, all right, and they take away that middle, don't they? All right, so now what's the object? What do we need to do now?
Find grass.
We need to elevate it, all right? We got to get it. Everybody look this way, and I want you to picture this, ready? We've got the infield, all right? We've got 5 infielders and a pitcher. There's 6 people protecting from first base to third base. Eyeball that, all right? That's a lot of guys protecting a little bit of real estate. Now let's look to the outfield. Now how many outfielders are there? 3 guys, okay, without 11 fielders. Some of you are old enough to have 11 fielders. So let's pretend there's still 10, all right? Now we look out there from foul pole to foul pole, there's only 3 people covering all of that real estate, all right? So, what is the object then? To get the ball in the air, to get it over the infielder's head. Well, we've got to be able to do that on purpose, right? You don't want to be lucky and do it. How do we get the ball in the air? Anybody? Okay. Some people think you need to swing up to get it in the air. All right. I disagree with that a little bit. All right. Here's how we get it in the air, gentlemen. We have to make contact with the softball. Where? A little below the center of the ball. You with me on that? Everybody understand? What happens if you hit the ball dead in the middle? It knuckles. It's a line drive knuckleball. Doesn't travel very far. All right. It's harder to catch. All right. That's usually a compliment. When you square it up and hit it dead in the center and you hit a knuckleball out there, that means you hit the center of the ball. That's pretty good. If you're eyeing the ball and you're trying to hit the ball and you hit it in the center, that means your timing was perfect, right? But we don't want to hit a whole lot of knuckleballs. If we're trying to get it out of the infield, we want to hit it slightly below the center, all right? So in order to do that, I like to take a level swing, all right, and hit slightly below the center. That's going to give me what kind of spin on the ball? Backspin, all right? Backspin's going to keep it in the air longer, help it get up, all right? Laws of lift come into place. And now we want to get it over the infielder's head, and we want to try to get it into the grass. You with me on that? All right? So it's not luck. We have to be able to do that. So the first thing we have to do is keep your head on the ball. First thing you have to do is concentrate on the ball. There's times I have to tell myself, focus. Focus, Bob. All right? Focus on the ball. You've really got to watch that ball, and you got to watch it come down. All right, so now timing becomes the biggest factor in this game. You've got to time it. If you're a little late, what part of the ball are you going to hit? If the ball's coming down and you're a little late, you're going to hit the top of the ball. What's that? Ground ball. You got 6 guys, 5 or 6 guys. that are going to try to catch that ground ball and throw you out. Plus, you got to run fast now. All right, I don't like running fast. So if you're a little late, you're going to hit the top of the ball. All right. So we want to be a little early. We want to, and what's cool about it is, because it's coming from 6 to 12 feet, because it's coming down, we can see the bottom of the ball. All right, usually we hit what we see. So if you can see the bottom of the ball, it's a little easier to hit the bottom of the ball. Okay, so if we can get backspin on it, that's going to give us some distance. What's another type of spin that's kind of nice? Top spin. Top spin is kind of nice. Now, how do we get top spin? Well, we probably swung up through the ball and hit it a little above the center. So we were still able to get it in the air, but we got it in the air with top spin. Those are great. Trust me, it is hard to do that on purpose. If you can hit top spin on purpose and still get it in the air, you're gonna hit 800 every weekend. But it's very, very hard to do. All right. If you miss just a little, now you're getting top spin, but it's not going in the air, so that just means you're hitting ground balls again. All right. So I would rather you try to hit the bottom of the ball, be a hair early, get it in the air, and get it to the outfield. Okay, because now with a 3-man outfield, you've got lines are open and your gaps are open. It just becomes an easier game. You with me? So it's all about timing and a nice swing plane to get a nice backspin on the ball. Got it? Now, the last thing is your angle at contact. If your barrel, will you hold this ball up front for me? Kind of. All right. Let's say right there. If it's an inside pitch, all right, inside corner, and I hit it out in front, my bat angle's going to be here. My barrel's a little bit ahead of my hands. Where's that ball going to go? Left field. Okay, so that's the angle when we hit it to left field. All right, let's let it get a little deeper. To hit it to center field, what's going to happen is your hand and barrel actually get to the ball at the same time. All right, see how my hands and barrel got to the ball at the same time? That ball is going to go to center field because of the angle that we make contact. And now if it's an outside pitch, we let it get a little deeper, same spot, same swing. Now this time my hands got there before the barrel. The angle at contact is going to send that ball to right field. All right, we don't have time to get into all of that, but timing is, if you get it out in front, you're going to pull it. If you're going to go middle, let it get a little deeper. If you're going to go the opposite field, you got to let the ball travel a little bit more. Okay? So it's all about hitting it where it's pitched. That ball's also going to come off with spin. If I make contact here, that ball's going to come off with right to left spin. All right? In golf, we call it a hook. But most of the times when we pull the ball, it's going to hook a little bit. All right? The outside pitch is going to come off with left to right spin. That's a slice in golf. All right? And we kind of like it here because the ball's moving a little bit. It's running away from the right fielder, and it's going to come down. It's not going to travel very far. Which ball is going to go the farthest? Left field, center field, or right field? Center field. Because I am what we call squared impact. I'm squared impact. That ball is going to come back with just straight backspin, not left to right, not right to left. So when you hit the ball through the middle, it's usually got straight spin, not side left to right. So that ball is going to go farther. And that explains, look at this field right now. We talked about the dimensions of this field. That explains why the lines are shorter than center field. The ball actually travels farther to center field, gentlemen. The science of the game proves that. So if you're trying to toast somebody and hit it over somebody's head, hit it to center field. What's cool about softball fields is that they're all usually 300 all the way around.
300 all the way around, right?
Okay? So if you really, really want to hit a home run or you really want to get it over somebody's head, center field is the place to go. Because when we square it up and hit it to center, it's going to travel farther. All right? So if I have a full ounce end load and I'm swinging a 28 ounce, all right, I'm going to be here at contact many times. My barrel's going to be a little bit late. So now all of a sudden I'm spinning everything and I'm not trying to spin everything. All right? Or what if my bat is too light? I got a 25 ounce, 26 ounce balance. Now all of a sudden I'm a little bit early on everything. All right? And if you're early on it, you're either going to pull it or you're going to hit what part of the ball? Too early, you're going to hit the very bottom of the ball. Where's that going to go? That's a pop up to the infield. All right? It's not going to go very far. So that's why it's so important to find a bat that feels good, a bat that you can handle, and a bat that goes where you want it to go. If this bat's not going where you want it to go, every time you swing, it's luck. You're just flipping a coin. All right? And how do we find out if our barrel's going where we want it to go? Hit off of a tee. Hit off a tee, gentlemen. All right? Put that tee out in front of you, put a ball on it, and try to hit it in the air. You ought to be able to hit it in the air 8 out of 10 times. If you're hitting off of a tee and you're not hitting it in the air on command or hitting it on the ground on command, that barrel's not going where you want it to go. And if that barrel's not going where you want it to go, you're just a lucky hitter. You're up there flipping a coin every time. So we've got to control the barrel. You with me on that? So find a bat that you like, find a bat that's built for you, and get out here and square the ball up. And hit it where you're aiming. Does everybody pick out a spot when they get up to bat? Raise your hand if you pick out a spot. And try to hit it in a certain spot. You're not just swinging, right? You've got to have a little bat control. I like to pick out 2 spots. I pick out 2 spots that I want to go. One's usually on this half of the field, this side of the field, and the other one's usually on this side. Why do I do that? Depends on the pitch. If I try to take an outside pitch and hit it in the 5-6 hole, sometimes I can do it, but the chances go down that I can do that. The outside pitch, you heard it before, hit it where it's pitched. The outside pitch needs to go somewhere on that side of the field. The inside pitch needs to go somewhere on this side. Do not just pick one spot and try to pigeonhole yourself. You're going to get yourself out. Try to pick out 2 holes. Are there usually 2 holes open? Yeah, there is. Okay? So we'll go from there.
All right. So yeah, what we're going to do is I'm going to take maybe make sure you don't throw me more than what's out.